students, welcome to our channel SD Biology classes. In my last video, I have discussed about estivation in sepals and petals. Today, I am going to discuss about the new chapter or new part of the morphology of flowering plants, that is inflorescence. Today, we will know about inflorescence. So students, let's start it. Today, our learning objectives are the definition of inflorescence, some important terms related to inflorescence, and the types of inflorescence. So first of all, we will know about what is inflorescence. So students, what is inflorescence? The arrangement of flowers on the floral axis is called as inflorescence. That means we can see on the plant that the leaves are arranged on the stem, and that is known as the phyllotaxy. When the flowers grow on the plants, we can see that there is a different axis where the flowers arranged one after another. This axis is called as the floral axis, and the arrangement of the flowers on the floral axis is called as the inflorescence. Now we have to know some important terms related to inflorescence, without which we cannot understand the inflorescence properly. First of all, what is peduncle? What is peduncle? The flower axis, that is the long flower axis where the flowers arranged, that is called as the peduncle. The long floral axis where the flowers arranged, that is called as the peduncle. And what is pedicel? Pedicel is the stalk of the flower. Pedicel is the stalk of the flower by which the flower attached on the peduncle. The flowers which have the pedicel, they are called as the pedicellate flower, and the flowers which do not have the pedicel, they are called as the sessile flowers. Now we will know about different types of inflorescence. What are the different types of inflorescence? First one, racemose inflorescence. Racemose or indefinite inflorescence. What is racemose or indefinite type of inflorescence? From the name we can understand it that in case of racemose inflorescence, the floral axis never terminates by a flower. So there is a continuous growth of the floral axis, it is called as the indefinite type of inflorescence. Second one is cymose inflorescence or definite type of inflorescence, where the floral axis always terminated by a flower. So at the tip of the floral axis always we can find a flower. This type of inflorescence is called as the cymose or definite inflorescence. Another type of inflorescence, that is called as the mixed inflorescence, where we can find out both the characters of indefinite and definite type of inflorescence together. So these are the main three types of inflorescence. Now we will know about the racemose and cymose type of inflorescence and the differences between racemose and cymose inflorescence. So students, till now we have learned about the definition of racemose and the cymose inflorescence. From the definition we have learned that the main axis, this is the main axis that continues to grow and does not terminate in flower. In case of racemose inflorescence, the main axis never terminates by a flower. And in case of cymose inflorescence, this is the inflorescence where we can see that the main axis, that is the floral axis, is terminated by the flower. This is the main difference between the cymose and the racemose type of inflorescence. Now, how the flowers grow or how the flowers are arranged on the floral axis or on the pedicel. In case of racemose, flowers grow in acropetal succession. What does it mean, acropetal succession? If this is the peduncle, flowers grow in such a way in case of racemose inflorescence that the older flower is at the base and the younger flower is at the apex. So this one is the older flower, the largest one, and this one is the smallest one or the younger flower. So older flower is at the base and the younger flower is at the apex. This type of arrangement of flowers on the floral axis is called as the acropetal succession. But in case of cymose inflorescence, we can see that the floral axis is always terminated by a flower, and the older flower is at the apex or at the tip, and the younger flower is towards the base. This type of succession is called as the basipetal succession. So here you can see that the main pedicel or the main floral axis is terminated by the flower, whereas we can see the branches, they are also terminated by the flower, and the older flower is at the tip and the younger flower is at the base. So it is known as the basipetal succession that we can see in case of cymose inflorescence. As the floral axis never terminates by a flower, so here we can see indefinite growth. And here, as the floral axis is ended up in a flower or by a flower, so we are getting definite growth of the floral axis or definite growth of the inflorescence. Another important difference between racemose and cymose inflorescence is the main axis is monopodial. Mono means single. So in case of racemose inflorescence, as the main axis never terminates by a flower, so we are getting a single axis or single branch, a single branch in a vertical plane. It is a vertical plane where we are getting a single branch, that is called as the monopodial branching, or main axis is monopodial. But in case of cymose inflorescence, we can see that the main floral axis terminated by a flower. So always it terminates by a flower. So in a vertical plane, we can get more than one branches. So this aggregation of branches is called as the sympodial. That's why it is called as the main axis is sympodial. So these are the differences between racemose and cymose inflorescence. So students, from today's lesson, we have learnt about what is inflorescence, what is peduncle, pedicel, and we also have learnt about three important types of inflorescence, that is racemose, cymose and mixed inflorescence. We have also learnt about the differences between racemose and cymose inflorescence. In the next video, we will learn about the types of racemose inflorescence. Thank you.